Good morning, Saturday morning, Alpe Du Zwift. Haven't been up here for a while. Still chasing that 25 lap badge, so another one to check off today. It won't be fast, but we will get it done at trainer 100% difficulty, I think. Let me double check that. We can't have that set incorrectly. Settings. Confirmation, here we go, we are on. Pull down those sound volume down a little bit. We are good to go. Rock and roll, let's get it done. Sim mode test of the Xplova NOZA S Smart Trainer. Not a new trainer, it's been out for around a bit close to a year now, I think. Finally looping back to doing a Lama lab test on it. Did that yesterday. Do some sim mode tests. And yeah, we'll see if we can put together a little video on it for the Lama channel. Hope everyone is well. Friday night, Saturday morning, wherever you're tuning in from. Hopefully the music is ticking away in the background. I had some music playing the other night. It wasn't loud enough. All you could hear was just me talking. So let me know if the music is on point. Got the Garmin Instinct eSport watch on again. Looking at the metrics. Seeing if we can break it. My first stream with that, we got to stress level 99 of 100 and then it just flatlined. Alright, I've got the chat lined up here, so good morning chat. Good evening. So keep me company, your energy helps get me up these hills. For sure. No cadence because the Xplova NOZA S doesn't do cadence. We'll talk more about that in the video wrap up. But just in summary, something at exactly the same price point as the Kicker Core really needs to match the Kicker Core in functionality. We are doing the Alpe. It's been a while. It's been a while. Peter, welcome along. There's not much battery left. I haven't charged this watch at all, so since unboxing it a few days ago. Stress level 24. Hey, we're good. We're good. Wait till we get in the top. Jules, welcome along. Oh, have I got the disc? Am I taking the disc up? Whoa. Okay, why not? We're taking the disc up the Alpe. Other power meters on the bike today, the Vector 3, which I am warming to. It's taken about 2.5 years, but the Vector 3s are performing very nicely. At the moment, up against one of my new loves, the Powdermax Engico. Steady pace, steady pace. I never really want to try and go an all-out effort aiming for PBs when I'm testing equipment, because sometimes if it reads high, that's not good for the stats. It's good for the data though. Kicker Core, €799 road bike, 1,500 euros. At 1 AM watching someone else do all the work on the bike. PB up the Alpe is around 49, just under 50 minutes, which was part of the, I think, Tour de Zwift many months ago. I think that averaged around 280 watts. Nothing spectacular. I paced that probably too easily at the start. I was able to really lift at the end rather than just... probably not a bad thing lifting towards the end where it gets steeper. Just turning on my other fan at the moment, Kicker Headwind, which I always forget to turn on. It's always too cold at the start. Ticker X Gen 2 with the new firmware which was released yesterday. There have been a number of test betas over the last few weeks that I've been loading, but this is version 1.10. Yep, 1.1. Central Coast, welcome along. I guess it's a bit warmer up there than it is here. 30 degrees C tomorrow here, 30 degrees C. We have a ride planned, well, me and all my head units have a ride planned, which is part of content coming out mid next week, so watch for that. Where are we? Sensors. Lama headwind. Control. There we go. There's just something about having a headwind while riding a bike that feels normal. It is still morning here for sure. How are those Garmin metrics? Like, I'm a 93 stress level already. So here's the funny part. So the Garmin eSports watch, again, as I mentioned the other day, I was the first one to have a tweet lined up, totally taking the Mickey, I guess you would call it, out of a GPS watch designed for indoors. That's a bit weird. However, thinking more about that, body metric tracking, stress levels, etc. I think they're onto something in the bigger picture. But I'm not quite sure Zwift is an esport they consider within their calculations. So you can see now I'm 87 stress. Heart rate for me is never usually good on the wrist. Right now it's a bit off compared to the ticker the other night when it was nice and warm in here. I'm guessing when I start sweating and the connection is a little better. We'll see. Either way, just testing to see what it all means. But I did contact Garmin saying, did I break it? Or do they not consider a physical esport as one of the esports metrics for these watches? Gen 2 Ticker X for Zwift Run. Haven't tried, I'm sorry. Haven't loaded Zwift Run for a long time. Not sure. Alaska. I think we have our weather in common with Alaska here. Brisbane Solar. Would an 1142 single gravel bike be okay with a smart trainer and Zwift? Yeah, for sure. Yep. As long as you have enough clearance. What group set are you running? Is it a GRX or is it a SRAM setup? As long as there's enough clearance for the rear derailleur, you should be fine. You might, I mean, just like out in the road with a 1x, you might be lost for a few gears for that exact cadence you're after. But training's training. Quarantine again. Whereabouts you, Brendan? Are you UK? I see tracking the numbers on world meters. Yeah, the world is becoming the PB zone of infections and deaths. It's looking pretty nasty. We're lucky at this point in time. Well, Victoria's been in lockdown or a form of lockdown for a long time. I think there's 0 infections for the last 14 days. Compare that to another country where there's 161,000 in a day. Wow. We are not out of the jungle yet, so to speak. Rolling in with my first dad joke of the day. In poor taste, of course. All good. So Saturday morning here. Not my typical stream time. I usually do it late at night here. Oh, Sydney, right. But we're just about to get out of the jungle and into the treetops. 0 offset performed on the Ngco and the Vector 3s just before I went live. The trainer them on, the Xplova NOZA S. I did a spin down on that yesterday. So there really should be no need to do a spin down every single ride. So I'm not going to. I think that replicates normal usage. Direct drive should only be every few weeks. As long as it's spun down when it's warm. That's the key point. Oh, look at those thumbs riding on. All right. The green curtain that I rode through there, that's a... they built the wall. They built a wall, yes they did. I'm not sure who funded the wall, but Zwift built the wall. Meaning that you've got to be at a certain level to get through the wall. Or it's going to be a long ride up here at 100%. Is this the steep? This is the steepest part, isn't it? Yeah. Are we there yet? Are we close? 22 seconds in. Only another 100 of those to go. Off. We'll be holding a descent party today, absolutely. A descent party is a bonus that you get for watching the channel. And sitting there, oh, stress level gone. Someone killed the llama. Unfortunately, we won't be getting any stress metrics from my Garmin esports watch. Holy hell. This is going to be a grind. I'm at 100%. I'm committed to 100%. Training difficulty, not effort. Heart rate's coming into line now. Looking much better. Oh! Woof! Upgrading from which trainer to the Kicker 5? That depends. VR on Zwift. Zwift has supported the Oculus from almost day one. If you have a look at one of my Eurobike videos from a few years back, you'll see me using it there. Nothing of continued development for though. It was amazing, as you'd expect. The world that we know, to be able to look around and see people riding past you. Literally, you can watch people through here ride past. Unbelievable. But I think the, yeah, my knees are gone. Here's one observation, it's a bit weird. I think COVID's going to kill off 3D masks and everything. There's no way in hell you'd be able to go to a trade show and put a 3D mask on that everyone else has put their germs on anytime soon. Dennis, I have the Elgato green screen. It is brilliant. It is. I own two of them, they're that good. To give me that extra green flavour. I have one for upstairs. When I do my to-screen stuff. Sitting at the desk. Yeah, Elgato make one that just pulls out from a little casing. Jesus. Okay, today's going to be a bit of a grind. But there's no need to pin things up. It's a self-standing stand. Okay, the NOZA S, maximum gradient simulation of 18%. And that's rated at 70 kilos. I'm a little bit over 70, so it's still giving me the full knee grinding experience. Holy hell. You can count the cadence with an abacus. I'm going that slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the corner. 5, 6, 7. Whew. I wish I was 70 kilos too. We're not quite there. Do I watch much cycling? A little bit. Probably live cycling here. It's in the middle of the night. Oh! Dave, 12 a.m. is it? Happy Saturday. Oh, this is brutal. I think it's only a 25 on the back. I should have thought more about this. I am committed though. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. I'll complain a lot with a smile. Now the cadence isn't showing that I'm on 53. Oof. Power. The power's ballpark with the 2 other meters. Okay, maybe this is a little harder than I thought. Yeah, mate, this is. Races should be 100%. It doesn't really matter. You can set your trainer to 0%. You still have to put the watts out to propel yourself forward. Why is your heart rate increasing? Oh, what was that? 13. 3 kilos in a week. That sounds like a good diet plan. How did you do that? Oh, this is going to be a long drag this morning, but join in. We'll have some fun. At 165 heart rate, I'm not in a position to get into the train difficulty discussion. At a very basic level, it's a virtual cassette. At a technical level, it's nothing like it. Because of the virtual inertia. I'm not going to bring that one up though. It comes down to things that we can't really measure, which is the feel. It's all very subjective. Oh, hell. Maybe I should have warmed up. We'll get there. We'll get there. Kick a core video setup, yeah. Another person on the internet, that was that kick a core video's done well. I have a good indication of which trainers are very popular based on the views and the metrics. And as you'd expect, the known brands, the trainers you've heard people talk about, obviously they're the popular ones. The one I'm on today, not so much. But I'm interested to see how they perform, especially now that in a lot of markets, options are limited. A lot of trainer companies can't supply enough. Climbing grip ride off. My little Di2 display's beeping at me. You have no more gears. What bike? I think I'm on the was it the Canyon Air Road? Still haven't changed. Which is the Kinetic R7000? Is that the R1? Rock and roll. I'm very surprised at Kinetic. I see nothing from them. I see no updates. I see no... Yeah. I've been waiting for either a major firmware update for the R1 or something. We just haven't seen it. I did some, the R1. Look, I'd love to get back on it and do more content on a trainer if they've changed the experience, but it's been, what, a year and a half now, I think. I still have a unit here. We'll see. Very surprising. But Kinetic were one of the leaders in indoor trainers for the wheel-on stuff, the rock and roll, the road machine. Brilliant trainers. I'm sure there's tens of thousands of those still in use out there. Switching over to digital though, they just didn't do it. They couldn't hold it. I don't know. 1 to 10, the machine power meters, it's a 0. I can't give points. And somebody said, oh, is it a good power meter for a beginner or for a budget? I can't support a power meter that doesn't do what it says. Simple as that. If I had to put a percentage of accuracy for the sprints, what, 30% off, 20% off? So it's not rateable. They're close. If they can address some of the issues, that's fantastic for them. But just like IQ squared, people looking for a cheap power meter and they're willing to drag themselves over broken glass to get a cheap power meter. There's no need. Go out there and spend the money. Go ride your bike and forget about it. There's a number of meters out there that work. Whew. Drink up. What bike Adam? No, it's a miss for me. I've done extensive testing, my own testing, in the Lama lab here of the Watt Bike Adam version 1. The way I ride and how I expect a unit to respond, it's a no-go. Their latest firmware update, which was this time last year, latest, brought the cassette from 22 down to 11 virtual gears. Still the same problems with erg for how I ride, how I push a trainer. So that's a no. The Watt Bike 2020, which was meant to address all of those issues, appears to be still in early days. I believe there's people out there who have them and who love them, that's fine. Longer steady state efforts in erg, if you don't have any other power meter to compare them to. I get it that I put the acid pretty hard onto things. It's what I do. It's my hobby. And I really enjoy seeing if a company can live up to their self-certified standards. If they do, that's the story I tell. It's easy. If they don't, cut paste. It's the story I tell. All companies need to do is just sell what they make. If you're selling another dream, you're going to come into problems. Stoners and cyclists, no. Not my realm, sorry. Including throughout my competing career. Not something I did, nor performance enhancing other than caffeine. I mean, it'd be a great thing to do an expose. Drugs in cycling. How it improves before. No first-hand experience though, so not something I can cover. Acciema Duos. Can't go too wrong with Acciema Duos. They're a very, very much loved product. Durim, looking at getting on Zwift, can you train as outside? Absolutely, mate. Yes, you can. Hours and powers. If you get a good trainer that feels like riding outside, you'll get that realistic pedal stroke, momentum, gearing. There's no escaping no matter what you use indoors. Time ticks by at the same rate indoors as it does outdoors. Though some would dispute that, it feels longer indoors. And effort, power. 1 watt is 1 watt. Ali, have a good night, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Asium Duo versus Vector 3. If you were to put them in a ring so they could fight each other, it wouldn't be much to watch. They wouldn't move. But technically speaking, accuracy-wise, I'm happy with both now. For the look of a pedal, Vector 3's all day long. Price, obviously the Asioma's a little cheaper. Battery, Asioma's again, rechargeable. Configuration-wise, Asioma's probably a little bit easier. Having said that, I'm back on the Vector 3s for now. They're doing well. Whew. What are we, 15 minutes in already? Good stuff. Thanks for the company, everyone. It's taking the focus off my knees. Power Tap 2, or do they lose their way? Lost their way. Power Tap's now owned by SRAM. Power Tap / Saris handed off or sold off everything over to SRAM. Which means SRAM, let me think about that, they probably produce the most wide range of power meters now. That's pedals, pedals, chainring, they probably killed the chainring version off, but pedals, chainring, hub, and spider. I'd like to see the pedals redefined. The Power Tap P2s, they were the P1s. They had a bit of a diet, that's it. Same functionality. Dual only over Ant Plus. You're only going to get single-sided over Bluetooth. No updates for a long time on those things. They work, and they work well. But, oh, I'm out of gears. Damn it. The market's moved on. If you sit still, you get overtaken. It's just like in traffic. You might be sitting still in a really nice car. Everyone's going past you. Kicker versus Neo. Good luck getting a straight answer on that one. To be honest, much of a muchness. At the top end, it's more about how you use the thing. H3, 2T, Kicker 5, Kicker Core, Devedo XR, 42. Robert. It really depends what people are looking for in a trainer. If you want the most benefit for your outdoor riding, it comes down to how you use it and your intervals. It has a much better impact than what you've got. But if you want the best indoor experience, then you can start splitting hairs, which, although I'm bald, I can split hairs all day long. Very thin hairs though, mainly ones from the back of my head. Shimano pedal power meter. No, Michael, you want to add to that, you want an accurate Shimano pedal power meter. Best trainer for disc brakes? They all support disc brakes now, unless you've got a bike that doesn't fit. Oh, 13%, come on. I'm feeling better now. I think my knees have ground out to bone on bone. Get all the trainers. Yep, that's the answer. If I found a trainer that did everything, I'd drop my towel. Uh-oh. My life would be a lot easier if there's a trainer that did everything. Cheers, Leo. Changing worlds without leaving or quitting the platform using an event. I don't like that. It still chops your fit file up. And it's so hokey. Or janky, what's the word for it? Like your average user wants to get on for 45 minutes and go for a ride. They don't want to get on, create a meetup with themselves with GP Sheepy or somebody, add them to the meetup to wait for that to, it's too hard. Too hard. Quark or Power to Max for the Ultegra Di2, either or. Either or will get you where you want to go. NOZA S. Wait for my video. Cheers, Jeremy. Did you almost get banned, Pete? I've got a pretty strict chat bot on because I'm a one-man band here with the live streams. We had someone in the channel not quite living up to the standards I expect of interaction with me. It's a nice way of putting it. So I clamped down on the chat. Yeah, it'll be caps, it'll be shouting, it'll be anything inappropriate. It's nothing personal. That's just my little bots in the background allowing me to ride rather than deal with potential issues in the chat. If you talk really quietly, it'll be fine. Hey, Yvonne, can I have a towel, please? Thanks. I'm just having to walk past the room. Food while riding for short stuff, nothing. Longer stuff will be a Cliff Bar or just some kind of dense. Thank you. Teamwork. Don't drop the towel. No, I'm not in the milestones. 250 XP for Vaughn, for sure. They're out shopping at the moment. She's just ducked home for something. Ball is good for sweat, kind of. It's good for cooling. I can talk at threshold, which doesn't impress people who are riding with me who can't. I'm usually yabbering them along. One lung for riding, one lung for talking. There we go. All right. Feeling good, feeling good. We'll knock this out. It's just me only 24 minutes into the climb. The Champs-Élysées. We had some fun on that. Oh, come on. I think this is my 21st time up, I think. So I still haven't done the badge. Full send. Well, this is probably 80% send. Updated video on the OBS stuff. So I've thought about it, but it's a little bit too down the rabbit hole. I might. Oh mate, the Alpe is as horrible as you'd expect, as usual. Max heart rate, that's subjective. Not many stetosaurs, no. Really not. I think supply is a bit of an issue. 12 Ks, yep. Welcome along, Helder. Good to have you in chat. I agree with the large televisions. I'm running this in 4K on a 50, might be a 55, might be a 50. I'm very close to the television. In 4K though, the detail is brilliant. Especially if we come around this corner, I can look up the road. You can't really see it here because it's been downscaled in the stream. I think Von 2 is a great one to have 4K detail. Innsbruck reverse. If you ever want to know what pain is like. Unfortunately, no cadence on this one. However, my Garmin eSport still thinks I'm dead. Rasho, I did, yes. I've sent the broken stress level though over to Garmin to have a look at. Cadence 69, 67, 68, 72. Hey Ben, how you doing? Hope the family's well. Zach is doing an FTP test and smoked past me. Right on. Great job. Where's it flatten out? At the top? Place your bets now, and what would the spin wheel give me? I think I have 2 sets of wheels. Robert, Cliff Bars in Australia are hard to open because they put an extra sticker on the back for our nutritional info. In the US, the regulations are different for nutritional info than Australia. So, every Cliff Bar in Australia gets a booklet, which is bizarre. But it also means ripping them open with that on there's a problem. Hell, I reckons I'll get the socks. Mac Mini okay to run Zwift. Jake, I don't want to disagree, but I don't think so. It really depends what you've seen Zwift run at. If you're going from an older Mac or an iPad or something and you look at Zwift on a Mac Mini, it might look great. If you've seen it on a 4K PC, running buttery smooth, it's very different. It'll still work, but I think there's 2 options. Apple TV 4K, if you want a reasonable experience on a big screen. Or a PC. I'd need to see it in person if there's new Mac Minis with decent graphics. 4K 60 smooth kills any Mac. Yeah. Air dirt kit. And the Nix. We got the Nix on today too. Fits really well. You can't go wrong with an Apple TV 4K. I was hoping they'd bring out a new Apple TV soon. $32 gig, ATV 4K. It will work. If you want to upgrade from that, you can put the Apple TV elsewhere or use it for other things. Go right outside. Yeah, well, we can do both. Pretty hard to test a trainer outside though. Six minutes to open it. Alrighty. Seem to have lost resistance. I'm not complaining. Okay, now it's back. That was weird. We can't really tell from that, can we? Something a bit laggy there. Oh, it's back now. Machine power meters off the bike. I've got too many things to get through. Colt, I think you're right. I've become numb to the grind, that when it lets up, it feels easy. Food during races, it really depends. I could probably never eat a Cliff Bar in a race. However, fruitcake I can. Fruitcake, you shove it in your mouth, small sip of drink, you don't have to chew the stuff, straight down. Something you've got to chew, never going to work in a big race. Fruitcake was my go-to. So cheap, very dense. Best shorts and bibs? No idea. Whatever works. I tried a set of shorts and bibs off AliExpress though. The jersey got as far as zipping up to here, then the zip broke. Would have made for a good video, but I had a ride to do. So that just went in the bin. The Nix. Sorry. 30 minutes. Hot water. Boil. The Nix have their chamois sewed a bit too far back, so I feel like a baboon riding with a big pad on the arse, which is weird. Might be just me. Some people might have butts a little higher than I. Kit's a weird one though. Kits, you'll find a kit that you like and they'll change the design. Or you'll find a kit they like, or you like, and they'll put the price up to $300. There's just, I wish there was an answer. Paul, I've got no idea what my FTP is, I'm sorry. Not something I've tested or tracked for years. And I'm totally okay with that. I know what zones to hold for a good solid workout over a given time period. As for tracking FTP and trying to measure certain things with that, I've been there and done that. Fruitcake. I'm telling you, fruitcake works so well. The science of fit. We had one kit manufacturer for our team for years. Every season, they'd change fabrics, which would stretch a little differently in different parts. We even had Slane in one of our kits. He wore a hole on the hip where it would bunch up. You know how kit bunches up on your right here. And Slane wore holes. Truly bizarre. Whew. All right. How far we got to go? 4K. It should be enough to heat this trainer up at least and give it a good run for its money. Power-wise, I think it is. Cheers, Daniel. Hours and powers indoors, that's it. Good time up the Alp. Yeah, what you want is watts per kilo up the Alp. 3.3 watts average will get you up in an hour. And your progress on the gravel, lots and lots of progress on the gravel. Nothing you'll see here though. Not yet. It's going to be good. Testing is training. So it's not just doing a Lama lab test every day isn't enough training. Every smart trainer everywhere is out of stock. Yeah. It's a good time to be a trainer manufacturer, or a stressful time. Whew. All right. There we go. If anyone wants a trainer, order from Norway. There's a downhill. There's a negative 1% there. Whoa. Well, the resistance is still working. Heart rate's tracking okay-ish with the eSports watch. Stress is gone again. There you go, fruitcake, chocolate milk, there we go. Oof. The Zwift climb to start on for newbies. Just the epic KOM isn't too bad. The best thing as somebody new to Zwift can do is just ride, just keep turning corners, just ride, go exploring. You'll find something you like. Oh. The concurrent viewers number is broken on my stats. I can see we've got over 200, so welcome along everyone. I do appreciate the company, I really do. Grinding away here on these physically lonely slopes, but everyone's here virtually, which helps. We will be having a descent party, which everyone can join in with. Now the descent party is where, no matter what system you've got, maybe even Zwift on a, oh, that let go of the resistance. And it's back on. Even Zwift on an iPhone. You can load up Zwift. If you're following me, I'll pop up as being on Watopia. Ride with Shea Miller Gplama, or it might be S Miller on the list. You can hit skip when it says to pair something, or you can pair whatever you like. And you can get 12 Ks of descent with me. Your choice whether you save the ride later on, but you'll level up a little quicker. Totally legit. We usually have about 20 or 30 of us going down to a big group. It's always a bit of fun. That'll be coming up in around 15 minutes, I think. If I can haul ass up the hill a little quicker. 294 concurrent viewers, wow. Welcome along, we just got a shot up, wow. YouTube is aware. It's alive. I do appreciate those who interact in chat, or those just tuning in to watch me suffer. It's always good. Feedback on steering. Yeah. It's all up. I've done a number of live rides with it too. I don't have cadence because the Xplova NOZA S doesn't have cadence. Hey Texas, hope you're safe and well. We're seeing some numbers come out of the US at the moment which are very scary. I'm not talking about mail-in votes, that other thing. The algorithm provides. It also punishes. If you don't upload for a few days, they sink you. Depends on the content too. It's handy having reference content or how-to content or things I think my people are interested in. Yeah, Dirt Kit's rocking. Loving it. Nice and comfy too. I can see the top. Steering and the kicker bike, steering and the kicker works, or the kicker climb. Steering and climbing is a really hard one if you think of the angles involved. Because steering is this way, climb is this, and your fork has a rake and the angles change. So it's more than just a single plane of either this or this. You're going to have to get really interesting with the engineering to do both. Zwift on a budget video. Welcome along, that's a few years ago now. PB power, no, not today. Not wise to try for a PB with untested equipment. It's 100% level. That's why I was complaining early on. Then I just suffered and settled into the sadness. It's going to be my knees. Another LFA, you'll get it, mate. Lots of time to be gained on good pacing. So have a look at your results for the climb. If you faded near the top, you went too hard at the start, just flip that on its head. Or if you lifted right near the end, then maybe lift a little harder at the start. and smooth out the effort the whole way. Favourite Zwift route. The one where I step off the bike and go to the fridge after it's over. That's always a good route. I'm the local legend of that route on Strava too. GTA. No major updates for the GTA mod. I'll loop back when there is. It's always fun pulling out a gun on my bike. In-game, obviously. Almost there. Descent party coming. Not sure my chat's pulling in the Twitch chat. If you're on Twitch, give us an F in chat. Where everyone's just sitting back going, oh, Twitch is just so far superior for the video quality. There we are. No time to chat. Spinning's typically better, for sure. But I'll leave that to the professionals about what best to do for everyone's knees. No, I'm not a physio. No idea for IT band stuff. But the hot new trend is to get one of those guns and thump yourself in the legs with it. Not quite sure that's my thing. I've always found I've never had one of those hard massages or physios. My theory is they feel good because it hurts so much while it's happening. You get an endorphin rush, and afterwards you feel awesome because it's not happening anymore. And you're away from the pain, and you have this sense of euphoria. It's like, oh Christ, that was amazing. No, just don't get it done in the first place. So those little thumper guns, not something that I use to get on a podium of a race or after. Don't know, not convinced. Aha, the icons and the graphs. Next to the Zwift box, that's the Garmin eSport watch that I have on, tracking my esports. Hey Zapped, a good job. Just completed the FTP test there. Top one is optical heart rate from wrist. Middle one is stress level. I think I died early on. Bottom one is battery, or body battery, or whatever that is. Cycling shorts to get what you pay for? Yeah, kind of. There's also a threshold. I don't think your undercarriage is going to know too much about that you've spent $300 versus $150. What time? No, we're not going for any times or anything. 1K to go. Hey Hector, super sticker. Thank you. That goes to the Maxwell Miller Diaper Fund. And well, it could go to my diaper fund, but I don't need one just yet. Maybe in a few years. Speed Plays. I've got a set here to put on. I've never used Speed Plays. Something I'll be getting into very soon. Just to see what they're like, because Wahoo purchased Speedplay. So Wahoo owns Speedplay. I'm sure they have something up their sleeve with those pedals. So before Wahoo them, I will be putting on a set of Speedplays to get to know how they all work. The instant can pair to the heart rate strap. Yes, it can. I cycle outside quite a lot. Yes. Gplama on Strava. You'll see that. You can stalk me there. Milestones. Let's see. Never been to Norway, no. And welcome along. $2,500 watts not going to happen. Alright, bets in, get your bets in. Gloves, wheels, helmet, socks. What will the spin wheel of fate dish out in 200 meters? Descent party coming up in a few moments. My bet's better on gloves. All right, are you ready? Ah, we're ready. Oh, I rolled on the line. Wiggins, you got me. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Spin. Ho, ho, ho! Gone is Friday the 13th, and all the unluck that came with that. There wasn't much. Wheels! Throwing the feather when I get the right screen here. We need a Z-base store so I can flog off the wheels. Whew. All right, descent party coming up in a few minutes. If you have Zwift loaded anywhere, if you're on the couch, if you're in bed, on the train, on the plane, maybe you're in Spain. I've been reading a lot of Dr. Seuss. Load up Zwift, select Watopia as the world, select ride with me. If I'm a friend already, if you're a friend of me, on Zwift I'll be at one of the top parts of the list there. And just wait till I'm on the descent and you hit ride with, bang. If you don't have anything paired, you can still get the K, you'll still get the descent party with me. You may not appear on screen though. If you have something paired, you will then pop up on screen. Either way, join in. There's 12 kilometers plus, but make sure, here we go, make sure you're, I'm on the descent part first. And we'll have a bit of fun cruising down. Oh, I think the hardest part of that was the first few minutes. Getting the knees into that rhythm, that really slow grind, which is just... As a TTer, I love being on top of the gear, having that feel of momentum, kicking things over. We should do like a speed descent party one night where we actually arrange everything. If we have the Gplama club in Zwift one day, we'll do that. And we'll ride up. And people can join us later on. And then we'll just like go flat out all the way down. All right, descent party Get it done. Let's do it. Let's do it. We are on the down. We are on the down. Here we go. We've got a few. Even if you've missed out, you can still join me halfway. I only get 6 kilometers. You can still join it at any time. Anytime during this descent. It's all good. You've earned it. If you're here watching the stream, you've earned a descent. Listening to me ramble on for the last hour. Here we go. We're getting some people popping up. Good. Look at everyone. Here we go. We have the crew. It doesn't matter where you are in the bunch. You can go forward or back. Everyone's in the tuck or not. Doesn't matter. But you can just pop up at any time. Oh, yeah, there we go. These camera angles are awesome. That's a good crew. Super tucking from bed. There we go. Look at that. We're flying. I'd love to think what the other people are coming up the climb. They're slog. All of a sudden, this peloton just straight past. What are we doing? What is it called? 70, 80 k's an hour. Descent party. It's been too long, hasn't it? These are fun. Look at those thumbs. Let's go, thumbs. It's keeping us together really well. Everyone's in the tuck. Oh, we're going to get some screenies of this. Oh, I got the screenshot of the snow. Well done. That's a good one. Boom. Come on, more photos. That's a nice one. Yeah, awesome. If you're just off the back or off the front, you'll still ride with and you'll still get the Ks. Who's dropping power-ups? Really? That's alright, Dawes, you're fine. You'll still get the Ks. You won't stop pedaling. Oh, you won't stop moving, sorry. Let's see if we can get some... This is the best part, I don't even have to ride. Oh, someone joined in then. Who is that? Flying. Oh, you're on the TT bike. Yeah, so you won't get the draft. This should be a good shot if I can get the corner just right. Oh, kind of. Legs, wake up again. Oh, I did a workout on the Alpe Du Zwift. Yeah. The visual disconnect can be very powerful, or the visual connection, I guess you call it. Like having to push an erg mode effort on a descent when you, in every other instance in life, it's easier to ride a descent. But yeah, if you put erg mode on, huge crew. Oh, that's a good shot. Yeah. There's some random really good shots you can get. There's some horrible ones too, obviously. Alrighty. Now I'm going to go at the bottom, I'm going to turn right and just do, I think, half a kilometre or so into the dirt and into the tunnel and we're done. 299 viewers, welcome along. This is the descent party. Where after we get to the top of the Alpe Du Zwift, people can join in and grab the Ks. Oh, we've got a huge bunch happening right here. Nice one. Back to Matt, back to me. Ride-ons. I'll leave it on full screen, it looks good. Oh, sorry, I missed the chat a little bit there. First time tuning in to watch, welcome along. We have a lot of good data collected. I think the NOZA was reading a little over after a while. I think it really heated up. Those lower flywheel speeds. But we'll see. We'll have a look. The quickest, I'm not sure, Neil, on the fastest time of a descent. A lot of people do PBs in this group though, because we're all together, getting the drafting effect. Oil or wax? Oil for me at the moment. I've got some of that secret Silka wax that I'm going to be putting on a different bike soon. But I don't have the time or patience to be boiling chains and swapping chains over all the time. Wax indoors is also very problematic when it's new and it flakes off. If you're using that kind of wax, it goes all over the floor. If you have a trainer that has a fan, it'll suck the wax into the trainer. That ain't good. That ain't good. Time-wise and effort-wise, it's cheaper to put a new chain on the bike every 4 weeks than have to clean up the mess and boil and things. I know it's for some people, cyclocross, gravel, mountain bike, it'd be the way to go for having a drier wax. Huge bunch. Pines drop. You'll still roll. You'll still roll. Wow, that was a good one. How often do we do this? Not often enough. Not often enough. Today was about testing the trainer though. This really puts the trainer to the test, holding it at whatever watts for an hour. We'll usually shake it out a little bit. So we'll see what it holds up when I do the comparison later on. There's a little drop. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. I'll have a look in the data, see if there's any data drops. Might have been a Zwift dropout or something. It just felt like it spun a little easier. But when I pressed G on the keyboard to see the data, as you can see on the bottom there were no major dropouts or there were no power drops or anything. So it might have been just a control drop. Don't know. Paranormal activity. It does happen. That's a great shot, that one. The Alpe, it's a good climb. It's a good utility climb for what I needed. So, yeah. I was going to say we're almost there. No, we've still got a few more corners to go. No, not a lot of Zwift racing, no. I spend most of my days trying to make content to enable people to get on here and do the racing and things like that. Last thing I want to do is get on there and spend my free time racing and things. Like training wise, it's not too bad, but racing, I've done that before it was cool. It takes a lot of commitment, a lot, to be at the pointy end and to enjoy that. It takes a lot. So those who do it are phenomenal athletes. It's all about the equipment these days. 10 out of 10 for RPE, for sure, for sure. I mean, my stress level's still off the charts there with the eSport watch. The Alpe in an hour 8. Oh, come on, I did it in 53 minutes. No, I think the trainer might have been a little bit generous there by a couple of minutes. We'll see. We'll have a look at the data. That's why I don't want to try and go for a PB other than suffering for an hour. The last thing you want to do is set a PB of power numbers that aren't real. Xplova NOZA S trainer. It's by a company backed by Acer, the computer company. Not a new trainer. It's pretty much a kicker core, pretty price-wise. Feature set-wise, kind of a kicker core. Awesome, we are there. Thanks everyone for joining along. Gonna hang a right here, just spin out the legs a little bit. We are good. Mikhail, thank you for subscribing. If you're tuning in over on YouTube and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. It helps things tick along nicely here, keeps the algorithm happy. The algorithm that heard me speak about it before, and I got an extra, 30 viewers or so live. That was bizarre. The numbers are bouncing around a little bit. Okay, so Angela, no worries. Throw that one up there on Strava for sure, everyone. Heart rate dropouts. Using a 5-year-old Garmin strap. Yeah, throw it. Zwift racing is more than just a workout. Oh man, Zwift racing is life. Just ask any Zwift racer. There's sheep stations. Oh, what did I get a jersey for? What was... Oh, am I number 1 on the Alpe at the moment? Am I? Is that Alpe Du Zwift 30 minutes ago? I can click. There we go. Okay. 52.35. Yeah, it's probably generous by about 5 minutes. 3 minutes, 5 minutes. We'll see the data later on. Be logging off in a moment. Cheers, Arnold. Thanks for coming along. Alright, trainers had time to cool down. The numbers still looking a little bit higher on the NOZA. We'll see. It's only by visuals. We'll go to 33Ks. Just to keep it. But only 33Ks? Feels like I've been here for an hour 18. Enjoy your extra XP, everyone. Oh, cool downs are good. Must be near lunchtime. I'll spot on near lunchtime. It's 12:04 p.m. Wally Bank, Max Fund, thank you so much. That goes straight into the Maxi Fund. Oh, Max slept in this morning, which means usually it's a 6:30 start or a 1:15. I'm before the Maxi came along. I loved a good sleep in. I'm usually up late, given the time zones for people viewing and people interacting with my content is opposite where I am. I'm usually up till 1 or 2 in the morning. And then, yeah, Maxi is always up at 6:30. Today it was 7:30. Oof, I feel refreshed sleeping until 7:30. Can you check if your trainer is generous? It is. I can guarantee you the trainer is a little generous. For that effort it was. Erg mode was okay. Erg mode 200 and 250, and you'll see the data when I do the video on this trainer. Erg mode was pretty good. But trainer power accuracy is very, very complex. It comes down to flywheel speed and heat, and well, obviously the gearing you're in is flywheel speed. And then the resistance it's applying. So I think there's 3. I'm going to have to dive right into it with the trainer engineer one day. But how difficult it is for them to get power right across the whole range. Subscriber since the Maven interview. Wow, 2015. Awesome. Very early days, very early days. Video on Erg mode, yes. Erg mode's a beast. Erg mode is a beast. And that spiral of death. Watch out for the spiral of death. It's always sitting on your shoulder in Erg mode. If you let it creep forward, down you go. 33Ks. Where are we? Where's the arch? I'm lost. I'm lost in Zwiftland. Oh, it's past there. Right, yep. Second arch. We go to this dirt. And we shall call it a day. Again, thanks everyone for coming along for this and keeping me company. That was the session to test the Xplova NOZA S Smart Trainer. Up against the Powder Max Engico and the not Asiomas, the Vector 3s this time. Vector 3s. Ride feel, you obviously saw I was suffering up the climb, so it was able to clamp those watts. One little miss for a few seconds. But other than that, it was able to provide me good training. Power numbers might be a little bit out. We'll have a look at the data and we'll dive into that. Pseudo accuracy should be fine. Yeah, nothing major wrong with the pseudo accuracy. Depends on what you expect for the gearing and the feel of that, though. 33.3. Don't go to 34. Don't go to 34. Stop. Excellent. 1,000 meters of climbing, too. That's a good one. And we have the jersey. All right, everyone, we'll leave it there for today. Thanks for coming along. As always, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber to be alerted of new videos going up. And there is a ton in the works at the moment. We are flat out in the background. Listen more live rides when I can. We've got 3 or 4 other trainers still to go. One we haven't seen any reviews of. 2 we haven't seen any reviews of. So they'll be in the next week or 2 coming up. So I'll get some. What train difficulty? It's always on 100% for this one. It does the best to put it to the sword. The sim mode in this one though for the ups and downs through Titan's Grove, super fast, really, really fast over Bluetooth. So we'll go and have a look at the data now for that longer grind. But that's it. Thanks everyone. Have a good day, and we'll see you maybe in a few days. All right. See you later.